What if I told you that thousands of Western tourists visit North Korea each year, and most come back, thinking it's not that bad? Instagram is filled with stunning photos, grand boulevards, synchronized performances, orderly metro stations. But defectors who escaped reveal a disturbing truth. Everything tourists see is a carefully staged performance. Behind those clean Pyongyang streets lie back alleys tourists never enter. Behind those smiling faces lies a surveillance system where one wrong word endangers your entire family. This is the untold story of the world's most elaborate tourist deception. For more exclusive testimonies, subscribe and become part of our investigative community. Your subscription helps us uncover the truth. Americans can travel to North Korea. Not freely, of course, but hundreds of Americans visit every year. Europeans go in even greater numbers. Thousands of Chinese tourists make the trip. North Korea, one of the world's most closed-off nations, a country that makes headlines for nuclear weapons and faces international criticism for human rights abuses. It seems hard to believe ordinary tourists can enter, but it's true. North Korea accepts foreign visitors. You apply through specialized travel agencies. A week-long tour lets you see Pyongyang, take photos, eat local food, and return home. You've probably seen it on YouTube or Instagram. Foreigners walking Pyongyang streets, riding the metro, watching grand performances. They post North Korea travel vlogs. Some say it was better than expected. But one crucial question remains. Is the North Korea they saw the real North Korea? What does the government show foreigners? What do they hide? Can a one-week trip reveal the country's true face? Experts who've studied North Korea for decades agree with defectors. What foreign tourists see is only what the regime wants them to see. The North Korea where ordinary citizens live is a completely different world. Even applying through agencies is complicated. Americans need special permits. Journalists and human rights activists are almost never allowed in. You must follow a fixed itinerary. Guides accompany you at all times. Wandering alone is absolutely forbidden. Still, thousands of foreigners visit each year. The cost isn't cheap either. A week-long tour runs between $2,000 and $3,000. Yet these tours keep selling. People keep signing up. So what did they see? And what's the real North Korea they didn't see? Today, we'll examine North Korea through foreign travelers' eyes, their actual experiences, and the hidden reality beneath. North Korean tourism exists, but the gap between what it shows and what it hides is far wider than we imagine. Understanding that gap is the first step to understanding North Korea. How do foreigners enter North Korea? The process is more complex than you'd think. First, you can't apply individually. You must go through specialized North Korea travel agencies. Most operate out of Beijing or Dandong in China. Only a few agencies with direct North Korean connections can secure entry permits. The application process is strict. You submit passport copies, declare your occupation, sometimes undergo background checks. Journalists and human rights activists are almost never approved. North Korean authorities reject them outright. Even ethnic Koreans with foreign passports face extreme difficulty. Approval typically takes weeks to a month. North Korean officials must vet every application. Once approved, you head to China. Most foreign tourists gather in Beijing. From there, groups take trains or flights into Pyongyang. Some travel on individual itineraries, but guides still accompany them everywhere. The train from Beijing takes about a day. When you cross the border, North Korean officials board. They check passports and inspect luggage. Cameras, phones, books, even magazines get examined one by one. They're looking for political content, anything critical of the regime. Multiple travelers report these inspections lasting several hours. Every bag must be opened. Laptops and tablets powered on for inspection. GPS-enabled devices sometimes get confiscated. Flying is faster but costs more. You use Air Koryo, North Korea's national carrier. The in-flight service is unique. The flight attendants' uniforms, the meals, everything is distinctly North Korean. Propaganda videos play during the flight. North Korean music fills the cabin. Guides wait for you in Pyongyang, usually 2 per group. One explains, one observes. From this moment on, you move with these guides constantly. Most speak fluent English or Chinese. They're polite and courteous, but also extremely thorough. They watch constantly to ensure you don't break the rules. From the moment you leave the airport, everything is predetermined. Where you go, what you see, where you eat, where you sleep, all planned in advance. You have almost no choice. Ask to go see that place over there, and you'll likely be refused. Even photography has rules. You can't freely photograph soldiers or police. No shots of poverty. Construction sites and dilapidated facilities are off limits. You can only take photos where guides permit. If you photograph something forbidden, guides later check and demand deletion. The control begins before your trip even starts. The moment foreigners set foot in North Korea, they're already inside a predetermined frame. And that frame cannot be escaped until the trip ends. What do foreigners see once they arrive? Most itineraries are similar. First, a Pyongyang city tour. Wide boulevards, orderly buildings, clean streets. Many travelers' first impression, more organized than expected. The Pyongyang metro is a must-see. Stations over 100 meters underground feature ornate chandeliers and murals. Some say it resembles a palace. Tourists ride 2 or 3 stops. Take photos. They visit Kim Il-sung Square, see the Arch of Triumph, group photos at monuments like the Yuja Tower. Guides explain everything, but most commentary praises the regime. Meals happen at designated restaurants, foreigner-only establishments or luxury hotel dining rooms. Food often exceeds expectations. Naengmyeon, cold noodles, bulgogi, kimchi, Korean dishes appear. Sometimes Western food too. Accommodations follow the same pattern. Yanggakdo International Hotel or Koryo Hotel, top-tier establishments. Rooms are clean, facilities adequate. But there's no internet. TVs show only North Korean broadcasts. Performance viewings are included. Mass gymnastics or artistic shows massive in scale. Thousands moving in perfect synchronization. Truly impressive. Travelers often express amazement. Shopping opportunities exist. Foreigner-only stores sell North Korean stamps, ginseng, liquor as souvenirs. Prices are in dollars or euros. From this view alone, North Korea seems decent. Clean streets, orderly people, reasonable tourist facilities. But one crucial fact is missing. What foreigners saw is what North Korea wants them to see. Pyongyang is North Korea's wealthiest region. Less than 10% of North Koreans can live in Pyongyang, and only those with government permission. The restaurants, hotels, tourist sites foreigners visit all carefully prepared. These aren't places ordinary North Koreans frequent. Even the metro foreigners ride specific predetermined sections. The Pyongyang tourists saw isn't all of North Korea. It's a stage North Korea specially prepared for foreign eyes. So what exists beyond this stage? What's the real North Korea foreigners couldn't see? Foreign visitors to North Korea share an interesting commonality. Whoever goes, whenever they go, they visit similar places. Central Pyongyang, Kim Il-sung Square, the Arch of Triumph, Yuja Tower, Pyongyang Metro, statues of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Mansu Hill, Kim Il-sung's birthplace, Mount Myeohyang. Most itineraries don't stray far from this route. Even the restaurants are similar. Okiryu-gwan Naengmyeon Restaurant, Jongryugwan, luxury hotel dining. Foreigner-accessible restaurants are few. Same with accommodations. Yanggakdo International Hotel, Koryo Hotel, occasionally Pyongyang Hotel. Most foreign travelers stay at one of these 3. Some trips venture outside Pyongyang, Panmunjom or Kaesong, for instance, but these follow predetermined routes too. The journey, the sights, the explanations, all fixed. What happens when travelers say, "I'd like to see that place"? Guides politely refuse. It's not on the itinerary. We need permission. There's no time. Even people who've visited North Korea multiple times say the same thing. 3 visits, 5 visits, you see roughly the same places. Seeing something new is genuinely difficult. Even within Pyongyang, it's the same. You travel main boulevards but never enter side alleys. Bus or car routes stick to designated roads. Freely talking with North Korean citizens is nearly impossible. Guides are always present. If you try speaking to a local, guides translate or cut the conversation short. Some travelers wanted to walk outside their hotel. Most requests are denied. Leaving the hotel requires a guide escort. Going out alone is prohibited. You can't visit markets either. North Korea has Jangmadang marketplaces, but foreigners rarely access them. Some tours include market visits, but these are specially arranged for foreigners. Why show only predetermined places? North Korean authorities want foreigners to see only positive images. Poverty, hardship, control, they never want these revealed. So the North Korea foreigners see is a showcase, a display featuring only the best selections. But outside the display, there's an undisplayed reality. The real daily life of North Koreans exists there. How different is the North Korea foreigners saw from where North Koreans actually live? Some people can answer this question. North Korean defectors. Their testimony reveals a completely different story from what foreigners witnessed. Central Pyongyang looks clean, but venture slightly to the outskirts and a different landscape emerges. The wide boulevards foreigners traveled have clean buildings, but step into the back alleys and old houses crowd together. Electricity doesn't work properly. Water systems often fail. You might remember. Back in the day, our own families cleaned the house thoroughly when guests came, prepared good food. North Korea does the same for foreigners, except the scale expands to entire cities, the whole nation. Defectors say living in Pyongyang itself is a privilege. To get Pyongyang residency, you must be loyal to the party. Your family background must be clean. Pyongyang residents belong to North Korea's upper class. The Pyongyang Metro Foreigners Road is also somewhat different. Foreigners ride 2 or 3 stops. But other sections used by actual Pyongyang residents witnesses say the facilities are far more decrepit. Lighting is dim. Crowds much denser. Foreigners can't know the food situation either. They eat in hotels and luxury restaurants. Ordinary citizens depend on rations. But these rations often don't arrive. Some people face near starvation. Provincial cities and rural areas have it worse. They must obtain food at Jangmadang. No money means going hungry. One defector said this. Foreigners seeing only central Pyongyang and thinking North Korea is fine. That's a bigger misconception than judging all of Korea by seeing only Seoul's Gangnam district. The performances and mass gymnastics foreigners saw are similar, spectacular and impressive. But behind them lie months of forced training. Students skip classes for rehearsals. Adults miss work to participate. Even the roads foreigners travel get prepared in advance. When foreign visits are scheduled, buildings along the route get repainted, streets cleaned, residents instructed to dress neatly. The North Korea foreigners see is North Korea on stage. But behind the stage lies a completely different reality. The people who know that reality are defectors who lived there. You can go anywhere, New York to California, Florida, wherever you want complete freedom of movement. Plane, car, train, anywhere is possible. You probably think it's normal. But North Korean citizens are different. In North Korea, you can't move freely. North Korea has travel permits. To move to another region, you must obtain this permit. Visiting relatives. Going to another city. Permission required. Getting a permit isn't easy either. Why you're going. Who you're meeting. When you're returning, all must be detailed. And you need government approval. Many requests get denied. Taking trains or buses involves checkpoints. No permit means getting caught. Severe cases result in detention or fines. Imagine this. Going from LA to San Francisco requires government permission. Visiting a friend's house needs a written explanation. North Koreans live like this every day. Entering Pyongyang is especially strict. Special permission required. Non-residents can't enter freely. That's how Pyongyang maintains its clean appearance for foreigners. Border regions are even worse. Cities near China face extremely tight surveillance to prevent defection. According to one defector, in border areas, having lights on at night raises suspicion. Why are your lights on so late? Who are you meeting? These questions follow. Many get caught trying to cross rivers. People living near the Tumen or Yalu rivers where Chinese territory is visible can't even approach the water freely. Getting too close to the river can get you shot by guards. One defector said this. They lived in a coastal village but couldn't go to the sea. Catching crabs out of hunger could lead to serious trouble. Suspected of attempting defection. Foreigners move freely around North Korea. With guides, of course, but they travel around Pyongyang. Move between accommodations and restaurants. But North Koreans can't. Going from home to a relative's house requires permission. Leaving your own city isn't easy. The freedom of movement foreigners enjoyed during their North Korea trip that freedom doesn't exist for North Koreans. Ironically, the freedom foreigners experienced in North Korea is freedom North Koreans themselves cannot have. This is North Korea's reality that foreign tourism can never reveal. North Korean tourism can't reveal all of North Korea. Foreigners moved along predetermined paths. North Korean citizens live outside those paths. You can see smiling faces, but not the lives hidden behind them. So tourism alone can't claim to know North Korea. The clean Pyongyang streets foreigners saw, the orderly appearance, the spectacular performances, all of this is real. But it's not everything. That's also real. Compiling Defector's testimony reveals North Koreans' actual lives. Regions where rations stopped long ago. Homes with electricity only a few hours daily. Apartments without heat even in winter. This reality never appears on foreign tourism routes. North Koreans go to Jangmadang daily to sell or buy goods. State rations alone can't sustain life. But foreigner-only stores are completely different from these markets. Clean and organized, goods appear plentiful. Educational reality differs too. Schools foreigners visit are Pyongyang's finest. Good facilities, well-prepared students, but many provincial schools' testimonies describe insufficient desks, no heating, teachers not receiving proper salaries. The medical system is similar. Hospitals shown to foreigners appear clean and modern. But hospitals ordinary citizens use lack medicine. Equipment is outdated. Sometimes electricity fails during surgery. North Korean citizens live with daily fear. One wrong word, one wrong action can become a serious problem. Getting caught secretly watching foreign broadcasts brings severe punishment. Possessing items from China triggers investigations. Foreign tourists never feel this tension. They travel comfortably under guides' protection. Family separation brings pain too. Getting caught attempting defection punishes not just the individual, but the entire family. Some get sent to political prison camps. A week-long foreign trip can never reveal this heavy reality. North Koreans monitor each other. An organization called Inminban People's Unit exists where neighbors watch each other. Who said what? Who behaved strangely? A reporting system. Foreigners say North Koreans are kind and polite. That may be true, but the fear, surveillance, and control hidden behind that kindness remain invisible. Some foreigners who've visited North Korea say it was better than expected, but they only saw what was made to be seen. Real North Korean lives, their suffering, their restricted freedom tourism can't reveal these. This is North Korean tourism's limitation. No matter how many times you go, no matter how closely you look, you can't see the whole truth within a predetermined frame. We've examined how different foreign tourists' North Korean experience is from actual North Korean lives. Foreigners saw a cleanly prepared North Korea along predetermined routes, but behind it lay a reality hard for us to imagine. So why should we know these stories? Most of us have no direct connection to North Korea. The first reason we need to know what we see isn't everything. In the social media age, we're accustomed to beautiful photos and videos. North Korea travel photos on Instagram are truly impressive. Spectacular buildings, orderly streets, smiling people. But these are images created for display. A stage the North Korean government intentionally choreographed. The truth hides behind that stage. This isn't just about North Korea. It's a lesson that appearances and reality can differ anywhere in our world, especially in places controlled by authoritarian governments. The second reason is human rights. Over 25 million people live in North Korea. They're people just like us. They wake up in the morning, eat meals, work, love their families. But they don't enjoy freedoms we take for granted. Freedom of movement, freedom of expression, freedom of information, none exist. One wrong word can endanger an entire family. This isn't a political issue, but a matter of human dignity. Regardless of nationality or system, basic human rights should be guaranteed. Knowing the truth is the first step. The third reason to properly understand the news. North Korea frequently makes headlines. Missile launches, nuclear tests, international talks. But news mostly focuses on politics and military matters. The actual lives of people there, their struggles, their daily existence, rarely covered. Knowing North Korea's reality changes how you see the news. Not just a hostile nation, but a place where oppressed people live. You begin seeing people beyond policies and politics. The fourth reason, the value of truth. Our era overflows with information, but also misinformation. Distinguishing real from fake is often difficult. North Korea is an extreme example, but it teaches an important lesson. Don't judge by appearances alone. Look deeper. Check multiple sources. Think critically. If we only knew the spectacular Pyongyang foreigners saw, we'd understand nothing about North Korea. We need to know why they live that way, what's difficult, what system oppresses them. Only then can we approach the truth. North Korean tourism shows only part of North Korea. A showcase featuring only the best selections. But real life exists outside the showcase. We must remember that real life. The reality hidden behind foreigners' beautiful photos. The forced training behind spectacular performances. The decrepit alleys behind clean streets. I hope this video helped you understand North Korea a bit more. North Korea isn't just a country in the news. Real people live there. They have stories. I hope these truths reach more people. If this video helped, please like and subscribe. Your interest gives us strength to keep creating these stories. Thank you for watching until the end.